reaching out because they violated the rules. They're not allowed to put anything from the jail on the internet like they did. And so right now, until all that kind of sorted out and we figure out exactly who did what, some of this stuff is restricted, but he has had an on-site visit. But until we get all that sorted out, it'll probably take a few days. You know, we don't always. There's more than one thing going on, so I don't have my file in front of me. I think we've identified a name on somebody, a female.
Hi, my name is Dee. Thank you for watching. Ziggy, the law might still be coming for you. They said you violated the rules by broadcasting Fred in jail on the internet.
It was actually Slop, this channel right here, who shared it. She's the one that tagged us and said, please ask Fred if this man is his Andy Paul that stayed in Donwells' bottom shed, the shed with Beech Creek Road access right before Summer went missing.
Ziggy, the most important thing is when you're talking about something, you find out when you're talking about. Didn't you read the bottom line? Before Summer come up missing. Now you done led Fred into a whole conversation about some guy that I put on my community post that I have since taken down because Fred didn't know if it was the right guy or not, so I took it down. Now you done put this guy, you don't even know if he's related to that place or not, if he's ever been there. You done posted it all over the internet. I took mine down. I put mine on my community page so I could take it down easily if Fred didn't know. So don't go blaming me for your mistakes, Ziggy. You done made me mad. Flop's the one that put it out there. Yeah, I did, but I took it down when Fred didn't know nothing. And anyway, we're talking about Summer Wells. We're talking about events that happened after Summer was born, not 20 years ago. And by the way, y'all need to stop talking because I already caught y'all in 3 more lies. 3 more. Y'all need to quit, Ziggy. You know what you're doing? You're interfering in a little missing girl's case for 3 years now. You're interfering, Ziggy. You're not bringing nothing to light. You're digging up shit from 20 years ago and talking about it on your channel. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in Summer Wells and after she was born, Ziggy. And the 5 years following that. I'm not interested. Nobody is. 20 years ago. Come on now, get real. You won't let Fred talk by himself. And no, I don't want him to come to my channel and talk because I don't want to talk to him. Sure don't. So don't think that. I just want you to let him talk by himself and quit fishing, Ziggy. That's what you're doing, fishing. And you know what? I love Summer Wells, and I hate to see her case get messed up. I really hate it. Why do y'all keep playing with it like it's a game, Ziggy? It's not a game. You and Jody Sue have played with Summer's case like it's a game of words. You need to stop, Ziggy. And you're dangerous. You are dangerous. And you got your address, your physical address, posted up in YouTube to get packages. That's kind of stupid, don't you think, Ziggy? That's dangerous. And your child stays at the house, apartment, condo, wherever you live. Your child stays there and you got the address posted up. What kind of mother are you? That is purely stupid and dangerous for you, but mostly for your child, Ziggy. I guess all those packages you hope to get through your physical address is more important than your little girl. Who was that in my comments on my channel telling me your daughter was 16?
Well, when Fred looked at that picture, immediately you thought it was him at first, right? Are you?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So at first you thought. So what do you think about this guy right here on the screen? What do you think now? Like when you see him, do you think that he's Andy Paul, like the one that was supposedly staying in the shed or whatever?
Well, Andy stayed in a camp.
Notice how she never told him the whole thing. She never once said, right before Summer come up missing. Because if she had, this conversation would have never taken place like this. Ziggy, you're dangerous.
On Don's property at the shed. He never stayed in the shed. But last time I seen him was in 2007.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like him, but his face is a little bit slimmer, like he's strung out more now. But he looks a lot like him, yes.
So, okay.
So, why even talk about this guy on your channel? We're talking about Summer Wells, Ziggy, not in 2007. Don's mother still lived there in 2007. Don didn't even own the property then. He wasn't even there then. One Wells boy wasn't even born then. Let alone 3 of them. So's Fred's lying, Ziggy.
2007, so.
Yeah, so people got to realize that this is almost 20 years ago. So I edited this I did this. I didn't even see Ryan's post at this point when I edited this. I edited this, and then right after I saw Ryan's post, and I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me right now. But I was very short, and this guy fits that. He's only like 5'6" or something. Fred remembered Andy Paul being a short guy.
Yeah, Ziggy, he's 5'6". He must be the guy. Is that how you base your true crime investigations on? Stuff like that? And don't make it look like I dragged this guy all over the internet. No, I didn't. I posted it on my community page and have since taken it down, Ziggy. Don't make it sound like I'm the one that put him out there. I didn't make a video about this guy. You did. Before you thought about it. So don't go blaming me.
So that's what I would look into. I would look into this guy's like family, his parents, and like where they're from or something like that, or see if he has any ties to Virginia. If so, that'd be more confirmation that this could definitely.
After all that, this guy has no relevance to the Summer Wells case, Ziggy. He was there 20 years ago, but it wasn't 20 years ago. It was in 2007. But how could that be? Fred said he was there in 2007. Josie Wells wasn't even born till 2009, Ziggy, so how could he see them in diapers when they weren't even born yet? See, there's another lie.
So at first, Bushi said Candace sent me a pic of him a few years ago. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, really? Of who Andy Paul is? So then I got, and this is going to probably raise my blood pressure like a lot because I could already feel it going up like very high right now. Because he pisses me off. No other. Like, to freaking, oh my God, this dude. So I was over my other channel and somebody had sent me the screenshots of something that Ryan was saying that like this couldn't be the guy because it took only 10 minutes for me to look into his background and see he doesn't have any ties to benhillroad. Or like in his previous addresses, it doesn't list Ben Hill, like 110 Beech Hill Road as his address. So then suddenly that means like he couldn't have possibly stayed in a camper on donwells property for like how long? How long did this dude stay there? Do you remember?
About a year.
Did he? So I wonder if he was getting mail there.
I doubt it. I mean, I'd say he was on the run, most likely.
On the run? Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, so I'm trying to calm down take a few breaths before I switch over to his post because it's going to really upset me. TBI would have already known about this. Fried has lied once again. So he put Fried has lied once again, attempting to drag yet another name into the Summerwells case since his accusations of Cotton and Andy Bernard have failed. Oh, have they failed? Did you see this guy's charges, Ryan? You're sitting here and trying to defend this guy like he is some kind of like good dude that we're dragging through the mud. I'm not saying it's okay to just because the guy, was children, that it's okay to say he had something to do with Summerwell's disappearance or whatever.
Or whatever. Why are you dragging this guy through the mud?
I don't think that, anyways, I don't know why it really even matters. Andy Paul, wasn't that way before Summer went missing?
Duh, Ziggy, duh.
Yeah,
So it doesn't even really. But just because he says this guy, it was actually, Ryan, it was actually Slop that posted it, not Fred. Slop posted it and asked Fred if he thought if that was Andy Paul. And Fred thought originally that, yeah, it was. But now he's starting to second guess himself and think maybe that's maybe not him. Fred wasn't the one that put the guy's picture out. So you need to go elsewhere with your bullshit. So stop acting like it was Fred that put the guy's picture out there. Fred was asked an opinion and he gave it. Jeez Louise. It was shared. I shared it to my wall. I knew something told me I shouldn't have done that so impulsively. That was my fault because it was like not even minutes later that Fred was like second guessing himself on it. So then I thought, well, I better change it because even though, there's a lot of people that's already seen it, better put on there that we're still not 100% sure. Check to see if the guy has ties to Virginia, but that Fred thinks it does look a lot like him, right?
And he had spoke about Cleveland, Tennessee as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Do you know his do you remember what the Andy Paul's charges were? The one you remember?
No.
This dude's charges, the one in this picture is, oh my God. This guy's sick. And
I know in 2006 and 2007, he was driving a white Ford van, about older van. Like a work van.
So this Andy Paul, he would have had a white work van, the one that Fred remembers. And he stayed on the property in a camper, Fred believes, for like up to a year.
Yes.
This is the same he took off because how long was it really after that whole event where he had tried to come onto your I guess she'd be your stepdaughter, really, right?
Yes. I mean, it was like the next day after when I found out immediately, it was the same day that he ended up leaving the property. As soon as I found out he had gave her weed and alcohol. because I went and confronted him about it.
And how old was she at the time?
She was, I'm trying to think. I can't even remember now. She was young as hell. Seemed like she was 13.
Wow. Do you remember how old he was at that time? Like, how old do you think he was at that time?
I don't know, to be honest. I hadn't met him, but that was like the third time I'd ever met him.
So, it's another, like, check. Well, he's lucky Fred didn't beat his ass.
No, he's lucky he didn't get killed.
The characteristic of the guy was that he was short. And this guy is only, I looked at his height and he's only 5'6".
That was the same day that I took and went to Candus's and Dawn's because I thought that he was up there. He wasn't at home. He wasn't at his camper. So I went up there, and evidently him and Candace was gone together. And that's when I seen the three boys downstairs. They wasn't no stairway or nothing. The basement door was locked. And they wasn't nothing but a mattress laying on the floor. And the three boys didn't have nothing on but diapers. And they wasn't nothing else in the room, no cover, no nothing.
It was three boys?
And the basement door was locked.
And it was three boys down there? Or two?
Yeah. Three, I think. Yes, I remember.
So that was that was the same day that happened, was the day that you saw the boys down there locked in that basement?
Yes.
Or sitting down at least in the basement in that dark with just a mattress down there, right? There was like no blankets or anything?
No, they wasn't nothing, just a mattress laying on the floor. They wasn't nothing else down there but a wood stove.
And they were in, what were they wearing, you said?
Do what?
What were they wearing?
A diaper only.
So all of them were wearing a diaper, or?
Yeah, just a diaper only. That's the only thing they had on was a diaper.
So it must have been maybe just two of them then.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So then that would have been, if that's true, that would have had to have been when they were, that would have had to have been more towards, okay. Well, that would have had to, but if he left in 2007.
I'm guessing it's around 2007, you know.
The boys, I'm trying to think of the age of the boys and like how old they would have been. Would they've been maybe a 1-year-old and a baby or something?
They was little, I know that.
So so it was probably two of them. The two oldest in diapers, I think, yeah, they're a year apart, so that makes sense.
It's hard to remember that far
because
back.
That really, would have been like, let's see, how old is the oldest boy though now? I can't even freaking keep all that, how their ages straight now and think of what year they would have been born. But that makes sense because if they were born about 2006 and 2007, that would make about sense. That would be maybe the one was like still like crawling, really. The other one was barely, it was like, they would have been really young at that age. Yeah, just down there, and you didn't see anybody around anywhere?
No, nobody come to the door, top or bottom. Then
and that's when you were trying to
look for... They was reported over it, you know. The child services was reported.
And that's when you were looking for andypaul?
Yeah.
Because you were going to confront him about what he did to your daughter?
Yes. I did confront him about it. I caught him that day, later that day.
Paul hasn't been, I mean, he's not even really even relevant.
No. I don't think he is, but
I mean, because we're talking about this guy hasn't been around since 2007. You know what I mean? So it's not Fred pulling him into the case at all. Like, that's just Ryan reaching again. Instead of Fred lying again, like he says, it's Ryan reaching again. Because we don't even see how it could be relating to Summerwells.
So that must be him, right, Ziggy? Because he's 5'6".